Hello from ChiNation.com. This is Mark Josie. Today I would like to do a review and a test with this weapon. This is a rapier from Cold Steel, and you can see that the sword here is extremely long. Okay, now when I put the tip here, you can see how tall it is. Okay, now the tip is touching the ground. See, it's that tall. Crazy, eh? And when the package arrived, actually the package itself is about 5 feet tall. It's pretty scary. So okay, let me do a little review first, and we'll do some tests with the rapier here. Okay, so here you can see the rapier is very long, and we got a nice full leather, black leather shaft, and also there's some silver metal here. Okay, and here as well. Okay, so let's pull the sword out. To my surprise, that the rapier actually comes with a very sharp edge. And usually, when we look at fencing, okay, when people take the rapier and go do the fencing stuff, you see that the blade actually it's very flexible, and like that. That's your first impression. Okay, if you have no knowledge on these kind of stuff, and you think that, oh, it's supposed to be flexible, flimsy, and very light, fast, like poking very fast, you know, that kind of stuff, right? But here, okay, I am new to these kind of swords, so I have no knowledge on the rapier, and my background is all about kung fu and Chinese weapons and stuff like that. So something new, right? So lots of stuff to learn. And so my first impression is, when I take this sword in hand, I'm like, holy shit, this thing is very, very heavy. Like, compared to what I'm expecting, it's really different. And the grip here is actually very textured, and it's very rough, so it gives you a very good grip. And right here inside there are the finger loops where you can hold the sword by using the index finger and hook over like that. So it provides you a better grip for thrusting. Okay, and it doesn't feel that heavy. If you hold the sword the way that you usually does with a normal sword, like that, in the full grip, you feel the sword is too heavy. Like, the balance is not as ideal. But if you use the index finger to hook around, and then you manipulate it like that, it actually it's very, very nice. Okay, so the edge here is actually sharp. Okay, and you can see that there are the grooves, or we can call this hollow grounded, something like that. And here to here, okay, you can see the lines of the grooves. Yeah, let me get closer, and you can see it. See, two lines going up, and from here it changed to one line and go all the way up to the tip. Okay. So as you can see here, it looks like a clamshell. Okay, and everything is very sturdy, and it doesn't even move, wobble, or shake or anything. It's very sturdy, and it's very heavy as well. Now let's test the point of balance. Too heavy here. Okay. The point of balance is here, just about a few inches away from the hilt. Okay, it's about 2 to 3 inches, 2 inches to 3 inches away from the hilt. So actually, you can see that the balance point is very close to the guard, but then when you hold it, it's actually it feels very heavy and sturdy. So it's a surprise to me. Now let's take a look of how sharp a rapier is. Piece of paper, 11 by 8.5 inch. Now let's try this test out. Holy shit, look at that. Okay, Now I'm trying to use this edge, the usual edge that you chop with. Now I'm trying to back edge this side. Okay, flip the sword over. Pretty long. Okay, let's take a look. It's still cut. Okay, maybe you see. Now you see what I mean. Take a look at that. Okay, that is what a rapier is like. Okay, now let's do some paper shaving test, and you can see what I just did is use the middle. Now let's try the tip, the front end here. Oops, angle problem. Let's try again. Very, very, very nice. Okay, now let's try here. Okay, here at the fourth, you can see that it's thicker here, so it's not sharpened by that 2-inch. So now let's try here. Oops, again. It's still cut. Okay, not as sharp, but it's still cut very well. Okay, so now let's try some medium target. Medium target, I use cardboard. Now, this is the cardboard I'm going to use, normal cardboard, cut from the boxes. Okay, take a look. Using just a little tab here. Okay, for all of you who think that rapier only poke or stab or thrust, that's not right. Take a look at that. It really does cut well. Okay, trying the back edge here. See? It does cut very well. So, let's try the thrusting, okay? Hard to try that. Okay, never mind. Now, next one. Hard target. Hard target, I use a pop can. Okay. And just some backing here. Okay. Now let's try to chop and see what it does to the pop can. Okay. Obviously, it's not sharp enough to cut through the pop can, but then it's okay. Now let's try the tip out. Here we have a soup can. A soup can is very strong, not like a pop can. So now let's try the tip. Here, let me see how I can do it. Okay, here we go. Ready? Very light tap. Oops. Accidentally, it went in out of expectation. Okay, accident. Let's try again. Ready and go. Okay, it went in. See? With no effort. Okay? With no effort, it went in. So, here we go. This is, let's check. Okay, no damage to the blade whatsoever. And okay, here to conclude my review, I think that the cold steel rapier is very nice, and according to the research I did, actually most rapiers are very heavy. So the non-heavy stuff from the fencing are actually the modern fencing foils. They are actually made to actually simulate the small sword more than the rapier. And even though they look alike, okay, with all these fancy guards and hilt, actually it's a very different weapon. So these things here really open my vision to learn something new, because actually, wow, like this kind of thing is actually pretty heavy, and there are two sharp edges to it for cutting as well. Due to my research, okay, the sharp edge on the rapier is usually for preventing people from grabbing onto the weapon. So when they grab, okay, and you pull the blade or slice, then it will cut their hand. So it's preventing people from grabbing the weapon. And there are also evidence of some rapier master also use it to slash like that as well. So actually, in my opinion, well, when there is an edge, why not use it to do anything possible, right? So we're not limited to just preventing people from grabbing your blade, right? You can also cut, you can slash, anything, okay? So, look at that. See? Okay, so we got a nice cutting edge, very scary tip, very scary pointy tip, and that's the rapier. Very nice sword overall, and really like it. So stay tuned for my future video, and when I learn more and find out more about it, I'll do another video to show you maybe a form that I will create using this weapon, or maybe even some other insight as well. So also another tip here is that when you get this sword here with the edge, then out of the box the edge may not be that sharp as mine here, because actually I find that when I do a test with the fingers and I slide it across like that, I find that cold steel usually did not do a very good job at the final sharpening job, and you can feel that it's kind of jagged, okay, along the edge. So I used a set of Lansky sharpening stone, and I just used the eyeball technique and the stone, and I slide it on an angle to touch up the whole edge. And after that, the edge got sharper, and also it actually cleaned up that jagged thing. So when you cut with it, okay, it prevents the blade from being damaged by some misalignment or something like that. So that's my review. Enjoy and hope you like it. Remember to subscribe and like. Bye bye.